To our next story. You know, as an independent trade union, the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, the one you know, was set up to serve the interests of transport workers. And so when a member strays off and goes off key, then alarm bells ring. A top official of the union, Shamsidin Oladiti, a.k.a. Shamelon, or is it Shamelon now, crossed the red line when he allegedly caused the death of a dispatch rider the other day. Trouble started when a scuffle at the popular Sangros Market broke out. Lagos Commissioner of Police, Olorundare, personally intervened, restored calm, and arrested the suspect, who is in custody as we speak. The suspect, Shamelon, am I right now, is linked to a similar incident in August. We are keeping tabs on the ugly incident, Ebwale, aren't we?
It's a very unfortunate development.
Even if avoidable.
Yes, but not strange.
Yeah.
Almost every day, members of NURTW, you know, you see them in fist-cuff with other commuters or fighting among themselves.
Or traffic officers,
you know, attacking lawmen and all that. And I think what has happened just recently is symptomatic of what has been happening for so many years.
It was bound to blow up.
Yes, this fellow, Shamsidin Oladiti, you know, he has been attacking people, and he used, you know, very huge metal to hit the head of someone. And from reports we had that, you know, the person died. And he's been a serial attacker on, you know, innocent people. So the people felt frustrated, and they had to rise up against him to, you know, by taking law into their hands. So I understand two of his motorcycles were burnt and all that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But you see, I think it is time that the Nigerian government need to engage the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Unions. It has become a very violent organization, cesspool of corruption, nepotism, you know, and violence. In most states, you find out that they are employed, you know, by politicians, you know, to rig elections, sometimes employed as political assassins. So this was not the original dream of those who set up this organization in 1978. And don't forget that Awolowo at the time was secretary of the Nigerian Transport Union. Somebody like caliber of Awolowo. So the idea of workers union
and late MKO Abiola supported them.
You know, the idea was to train workers, road drivers on effective usage of roads, to organize insurance for them, road safety, you know, and all sorts of things, welfare of, you know, drivers, and also stability of the system. But unfortunately, year in, year out, we have an organization that's always involved every day in violence. If you go and find out members of this NURTW, you may discover that maybe less than 5% of them are insured. So you are not talking about insurance, you are not talking about training, you are not talking about even applying technology. You know, they were there when Uber came and Bolt almost taking over, because there's no you know, creativity, there's no new ideas are not coming in, except for primitive accumulation of wealth. People are just there collecting rent and all, and I think it's only the government that should need to stamp its feet and ensure that this union is transformed from hooliganism to an organization that can help in building a stable and organized transport sector.
Doctor, a phrase that comes to mind is otoge, you know, which is, I think, what happened in the Sangros area.
So many days for the thief.
One day for the owner.
For the owner.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the case of this one. Now, there has been this, a bit of inaccuracy in the reports, in the reportage of that matter. Now, what happened was, this guy beat up someone. And then, unfortunately for him, by the time he was doing another one to a dispatch rider, that guy died in the hospital. So it was like, it's a commonplace for him to keep beating up people. And unfortunately also, once these people get into office, the kind of power that they get is not even what somebody or they arrogate to themselves. It's not even when somebody who is a governor can say yes, because governors are educated, so they know the limit of their power. But these guys don't even have any respect for human life. They don't.
Imagine his nickname.
They don't at all. And unfortunately, most of them, like my boss noted, they have affiliation with people in power. Oh, yeah. In fact, this one, he has always been telling people in his domain that he's Governor Sanwo-Olu's friend, and nothing can happen to him. But fortunately, which was what I expected, the governor has disowned him through his special advisor on media, Goyega Koshere. And that, for me, is a good one. Okay. He's been told, go and face justice. You can't wake up and be beating people on a daily basis because you have talks that you pay. Until when are unions, all unions, are properly regulated and run and led by people who have the capacity to think and not to unleash violence? All right.
We have company as we speak.
Yes.
Obviously, a story like this will prick so many souls.
Yes.
A call is Adeyemo is reaching us from Ikorodu. Brother Adeyemo, are you there? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Yeah, let's go.
To your colleagues in the studio.
They greet you.
Good afternoon, sir.
It is appalling with way criminals carry out their crime with impunity without a big consequence attached to it. They said, NURTW bossman, that we watched the video online. Surprisingly, people were watching why this man was tracking this dispatch rider. Nobody, I was expecting the crowd to have stopped this man from eating this dispatch rider. But now, I want us to look at it this way. He has committed this crime before, and nothing was done. If he has been dealt with in the first time the crime was committed, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to have done it the second time.
Yeah.
And that is why we need to be on, we are not living in a banana republic.
Thank you.
Because of his wealth, he will just carry out action with impunity without any recourse to women's civil.
Thank you, brother. We got you first time. Gentlemen, it's more like saying, the Yorubas have a saying for it. Ashekpamolewa, Ashekbe kosi. You may hide any wrong, but obviously, one day you pay for it.
Yes, government needs to reform NURTW, and it's one of the offshoots of military tyranny. There was nothing like NURTW until 1978. There were about 11 unions. In fact, we haven't had unions like Ekon Repene, Divisional Transport Workers Union.
Okay.
We had Benson Transport Union. There are almost about 12 of them. The federal government just came and then said, mark every. So there's no room for competition, no room for experiment to see maybe the one union is better than the other. So they gave them so much power that, even some governors are not as powerful as them. So I think there is a need for restructuring. To regulate it so that it's a very violent organization and they just take laws to their hand and they claim to be very close to people in power.
Not that they claim, they really are.
It's a ring of criminal tycoons that have very strong link with police and politicians. And they are called say, a lot of havoc, in the society. So government needs to do something for a responsible union.
Remember the case of the national chairman of the union?
At some point.
We've
always...
Adebayo success. Yeah, I think that's
Second Republic, I remember.
Yeah, Adebayo success in the Oshodi. Yeah.
And almost got into the Lagos State
Assembly.
Assembly.
Was being used at that time by the National Party of Nigeria, he hates from the state. It's late now. So powerful, no education, just stark illiterates. And even when you want to contest that position, it has to be based on how strong you are. If you can defend a particular garage, then you take it over. So that should not happen.
With your thugs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What a lot of us know them for in Lagos is that these are people who don't do any form of work to justify their membership of that union, but wait for those who are working to bring returns to them.
Well,
It's unfortunate.
After all, we know that nothing lasts forever except change.
Yeah.
So we expect that change to come.
We hope
Right?
so. We are waiting because this is one story
This particular
that we are
story
going to follow.
I hope he will not be released because that is
This
his tradition.
It is. Really.
After arresting him, then they will just release him some days
You know?
after.
Well, the big wigs are stepping into the
Yeah.
fray, and we expect justice to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are expecting that to be done.
Okay, then, to our next story. You know,